right, on that note, welcome to the One Podcast to eventually rule them all episode number 217. That's 217. I am the Beast Snow for this episode, joined today by Cody and Jake. The house is a little light today because Jordi is out adventuring the world along with Devin, but doing it with money. We have a most fantastic episode for you today. I will bring you the news. We're going to talk about the 80,000 pages of the JFK report that they just released.
Going over all of them?
Going over all of them.
All right. Locked in, boys.
We're going to hit the gym, Jake's Power Hour, see what video game he has been playing.
We are.
He's got a load on him.
I do.
And then we're going to hit the Shadow Realm. See what the Shadow knows this week. Will it be a show? Will it be a Daredevil show? Will it be a movie? Will it be his NCAA bracket? We don't know. We'll find out, though. We're going to talk some wrestling. We finally got to hear from John Cena about why he did what he did at Elimination Chamber. And, talk about some Jey Uso because everybody is up in arms about him now. And, Jordi's not here to tell us what we got wrong. So
we got nothing wrong.
So it looks like we're perfect. We beat the system. Let's move on to the best and first segment of this episode and play Do You Knowuh TOPTERTA. I'm going to not ask you guys this question because we are being sponsored by somebody else for this week. So that person is going to ask you a question to get to know each other a little bit better, have a little discourse, get our throats warmed up, just have a little bit of fun. So sponsored this week by the friendliest of them all, Jake.
Before I start, I like that my TV has like a fucking everything's blurred except for the TV.
Yeah.
Very strange. But no, this would have been way more fun if everybody was here. But alas, here we are. Here we are.
We are no fun to you. Sorry.
No, you are fun. I just want to hear everybody else's answers too. You get the pen. You get the booking pen. Okay. You have to tell me who in WWE or AEW you would book the other people against. So everybody on the podcast, who you would book them against, who you think they would have the best match with in like AEW or WWE.
So like Devin versus somebody in AEW?
Exactly.
Devin versus somebody in WWE?
Yep. Either or both. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll go first because I already know this. I've been thinking about it. Snow, you're going against Seth. You and Seth would fuck around and have a banger. Devin's going Gunther. Cody, you got Samoa Joe. And Jordi, I don't know because he hasn't wrestled in 30 years. So
versus Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman.
In a promo off.
Yes, exactly. Precisely. We'll give Jordi and Punk a promo off. Jordi and Cena. Jordi versus Cena. That's where we're going.
The only booking that he will take.
Yep.
What about you? You're not gonna book
Me?
yourself?
I think for myself, I would go Bronson Reed or Tomohiro Ishii.
He's an AEW.
Yeah.
Well,
also, Devin versus Randy would be fun. Especially since Randy moves so slow, so Devin can breathe.
Devin versus Danielson.
Yeah.
He's still under contract in AEW, so I'm gonna go with that. I would take Devin versus Braun Breaker as well.
That would be good. That would be like, yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun.
It's interesting. Me versus it's interesting. I'm gonna have to think about about me booking Cody. I'm putting against Rey Mysterio. Just
it's a dream match.
Just cause.
Cody's known to be a luchador.
Yep.
You do flips and stuff. More twists than flips.
I was happy that when I was starting to train with Marion, I was able to do like a technically standing Rana. It was fun.
Honestly, most of the things that I've done, I'm like, wow, I'm surprised I can do that. Like a top rope Hurricane Rana, shit like that. Like, I didn't try it beforehand. I just did it in the match.
Yeah.
Like when I wrestled Pete and he called for a top rope Hurricane Rana, I was like, okay, sounds good.
I would take.
I did it one time before, so I knew I could do it. It just hadn't been done in years.
Cody versus Pac.
Cody versus Pac.
I would also put Devin versus Dean Ambrose just for the funds.
Because they look the same.
Yep.
I thought you were saying Dean Malenko for a second.
Yeah, you're right. Jake versus Penta.
I'd have fun too. We can mix it up.
Ooh, Jake versus Takeshita.
Hey, he would have to carry me, but it would be fun. Also, side note, Caleb, Finn Balor. I don't know why. Just thought Finn Balor and thought, yeah, that'd be fun.
I'd put myself in Roman Reigns.
Hell yeah.
Just so we can have a little psychology storytelling.
You and Roman would be a banger. And then you versus Kenny from AEW.
Sure. Caleb versus Kyle Fletcher.
Had Caleb versus Mark Andrews.
He's not even.
He was a cruiserweight for a little bit, wasn't he?
Sure. Well, that's my booking.
Let's see. I would want Snow and Orange Cassidy. Devin and Kenny Omega. Jake and KO. Caleb and Malachi Black. And then I like the Samoa Joe booking, so I'll take that. Love Samoa Joe.
That's
Jordi.
solid.
Jordi was the hardest one because he hasn't wrestled in so long.
Well, I'm trying to think what like. I would like Jordi and R-Truth, and I know that sounds weird, but I think like they would be able to do some weird shit with the psychology that would just make the match beautiful.
There you go.
It's Jordi versus John Cena any day, all day.
I mean, yeah.
John Cena, R-Truth, what's the difference?
You're right. Devin, you can put your bookings in the comments below.
I got Devin's list. Snow Kenny. Me versus Carmelo. Cody versus Braun.
Which one?
Strowman.
Fuck off.
You and Braun could be fun.
Me and Choo Choo Man?
Yes. Choo Choo Man may suck, but he puts people over pretty well. Devin Gunther, Caleb Ilya, and Jordi Cena.
Great question though.
Yeah.
Made me rack my brain for a little bit. So let's move on to something less surprising than the CIA killing JFK into the news of the week. Brought to you by myself.
This is TOPTERTA News with lead anchor Devin Blair.
So Devin sent me his news for the week, and you know what? Deleting that. New trailer for the John Wick spinoff called Ballerina, I think, was released. Did anybody see that?
I did not.
Nope, me neither. I haven't seen one thing from John Wick. I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I've never seen him. I think I saw the first one, but yeah.
Apparently, I look like John Wick. A live action. I'm gonna repeat. A live action Power Rangers series is in the works at Disney Plus.
What was it before?
I'm gonna tell you again. A live action Power Rangers series is in the works at Disney Plus
Okay.
Cody's live action.
because the other Power Rangers were not live action.
Nope.
Just a little.
I heard. I don't know much about Power Rangers except for like I used to watch it when I was younger. I heard they just took scenes from a Japanese show and dubbed over it for American audiences
Well,
and made
it's
Power Rangers out of that.
it's the Japanese show first,
Yeah,
and then they just.
Yeah.
I think most of the fight scenes come from.
Japan.
Yeah, and there's something different over there, aren't they? Like it's like Saito Man or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. Jordy, you can't fact check us about that. So yeah, live action Power Rangers. Can't wait to see that. See how they do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
live action Power Rangers. Didn't they come out with like a grittier Power Rangers movie or something like that?
Yeah.
Or was that was coming out? Or
They were supposed to do a second one. I don't think ever actually
first one any
happened.
good?
Yeah, I liked it.
It was actually good. It was live action as well.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
Yes, as most Power Rangers are, I think.
Yeah, it was I wouldn't really say grittier, but it was a more like
Darker
Well,
storyline.
like a more believable type storyline.
Okay. But I will say I watched that special that they came out with like a couple years back. The, like
Where
hour
it
special
had
they
like
came
all
out
of them
with.
in it.
Yeah. And it is it is goofier.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's a goofy show.
if you ever watch the Japanese version, man, they are insane.
Oh yeah.
This is for Devin. It makes me sick. The new Big Bang Theory spin-off series
I love Big Bang Theory. Sick.
has been titled Stuart Fails to Save the Universe.
Hilarious.
Okay,
Fantastic.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it if it's centered around Stewart.
That's funny.
I'm happy
That
for
is
everybody
funny.
who loves that.
Apparently, your background loves it too.
Do you know who Stewart is?
Is that the
So
guy with the
easy.
glasses?
No.
No.
He's the lonely comic book store owner that everybody hates. Well, not hates, but like
The weird friend that you're like, all right, you've talked enough, go away.
the one that's not really in the friend group but tries to be. Like Caleb.
Okay.
But I wish Devin was here.
You would have popped for that one.
He would have.
Bethesda Game Studios, they've been accused of treating their Canadian workers as quote-unquote second-class citizens in an unfair labor practice complaint. More problems with that 51st state. Star Wars Hunters is planning to shut down after 9 months.
Forgot it was even a thing. I'll be honest.
A teaser trailer for Happy Gilmore 2 has been released. Kind of excited, actually.
Repeat that?
Happy Gilmore 2 teaser trailer?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looked good.
Kind of
Yeah,
excited
fun.
for it. Cody, I don't think we talk about this. SpongeBob coming to Magic next week. Secret Lair
Yeah.
collaboration. We're not excited for
Oh
that.
really?
I think they have exhausted me and fatigued me out of Magic, I'll be honest. Every week a new set's coming out. Every other day there's some new controversy. Store owners can't even get cards anymore still because it's just such a hassle to do.
I went to my local card shop to try to get Pokemon today. And he was like, "Yeah, we're not getting another fucking shipment until April 20th or whatever whenever not April 20th, whenever Journeys Together comes out. Just not getting any more Pokemon until Journey Together comes out." I was like, "And that's what you're gonna get, right? Journey Together." And he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna get some other stuff too." but he doesn't like cap how much people can buy. He just lets people buy whatever. It's like, oh, all right, dude, I'll fuck myself.
Yep.
So
And it's just not worth it anymore.
You know about it. Speaking of cards, we're gonna talk about a little bit of cards. You guys might not be into it, but you know I kind of am. So there's a Topps Chrome buyback program coming to the WWE. So the winners of the following WrestleMania matches are going to be eligible for this: Jey Uso versus Gunther, Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. So if you have any of like the base cards of those four, or base parallels from the winners of those matches, you can go to your local participating card shop, hobby shop, and trade them in for store credit.
okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
I
Where do you buy your WWE cards from?
Tops, card shops.
I don't have the Tops.
What do you mean Tops? It's the internet.
Oh, in New York, in Buffalo, there's a. It makes much less sense now that I'm about to say it out loud. But the grocery store in Buffalo is called Tops.
But yeah, I haven't heard something like this, so I guess that's pretty cool.
I went to Target last night and I was looking for WWE cards and basketball cards. But all they have there are like I don't know if they're official packs or not, like boxes or not, so I don't want to buy them and get like not actual packs.
That would suck.
But they also don't have WWE. They only had whatever the AEW one is, Allure.
So like every time I go to like my Meijer or Target or whatever, all I see are like basketball.
Yeah.
Everywhere, because like football, Pokemon, stuff like that is all like gone. So
Yeah. A lot of Lorcana at Target, strangely.
yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, it's switched.
Yeah, Lorcana is not very popular around here.
Probably that Snow White Gal Gadot thing. Spider-Man 2099 and Steampunk Iron Man will be out now as you listen to this in Marvel Rivals. Probably cost you about $27, I would assume.
Probably. At least.
You know, go pick them up. They look pretty cool. This one's for everybody except for people who don't like Critical Role. Travis Willingham says their first big video game could be announced any day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited.
No kidding.
Going a little bit further into Critical Role, did you read the article that they just had, Cody? So they were asked like, "Hey, are you guys thinking about like stepping back and doing more of the admin stuff, kind of handing off the reins to Critical Role and giving more people or different people the main series?" And
Yeah.
they're like, no, absolutely not.
Which is good. I mean, that'd be dumb.
Yeah, that would be if I don't want to say if any of them left, it wouldn't be Critical Role because it's not the case. Like if one or two of them were like, "Hey, I want to go focus on other parts," they could keep Critical Role going. But like, it's almost like a band.
Yeah.
At this point, where they've put out so much stuff and so much content that if the core group isn't there, then it's almost not the same.
Yeah.
But as long as their lead singer Matt's there, like it'll go on. But they also said they are interested in doing more promotion or more cross branding stuff with like Dimension 20 and just bringing more people in and elevating the D&D community as a whole. And not just D&D, but elevating the tabletop community even more, which is awesome.
Yeah. I'm just ready to see if their video game is going to be a Daggerheart system or if it's going to be something else.
I think it would have to be a Daggerheart system if they're doing a system like that. If they're going like Baldur's Gate style, I think it has to be Daggerheart because I don't think they'd.
I kind of think so too, because also like the cards and stuff that they're used for Daggerheart
work very well for video.
Perfect.
Games. Yeah.
Perfect for video games.
Yeah. I just hope it's not like some shitty YouTuber game, man.
I doubt it. I doubt it. With the amount of care that they put into everything else that they do, I wouldn't
Yeah.
see why this would be the one thing that they're like, you know what?
I
Let's
know.
actually just not care.
Well, it's not care. It's more like
Not put the effort into.
not even that, because like I'm trying to think of a YouTuber video game that like is praised and loved, but like just not like I don't know. All the YouTuber video games that come out look like indie games that anybody could have made on fucking on
Yeah.
Steam.
And
You know what
most
I mean?
of the time they suck.
Yeah. If they're gonna put out a video game, it needs to look good, play good, and be good.
I have faith.
I do too.
It'll be good. Don't worry.
I mean, look at something like Solasta. That was such a small team that did it, and they were able to make a pretty good game.
Yep.
You can buy the official Gwent physical card game now. Is that? I thought
good.
that is that not a thing yet?
So I
It
know
was. Sorry, go ahead.
when the game first came out, when The Witcher 3 first came out, they came out with an edition that had 2 decks for it, but they never came out with like expansions or like actual packs or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Well, you can physically buy it now. Have it
And
in
it
your
wasn't
hands.
available for sale separately. It was just you just got it with the collector's edition.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll go get it. This one's for Cody. Saw 11's not coming out this year because
Damn.
arguments between producers and Lionsgate.
I know Cody's real bummed about that.
I was looking so forward to it.
So
You know
John
who probably was bummed about it? Brittany.
what's his
Brittany, a
name?
big Saw guy.
John Kramer will not be with us this year, so
Rest
Yep.
in peace.
I don't know if he's dead, but
Probably is.
he's looking old.
Brother, he's been looking old since the first one.
This is big. Pokemon and Lego announced their first ever collaboration coming in 2026 next year, I think, is what it says.
Pretty crazy. That's the first time they've collabed.
Right.
I'm gonna bet you won't be able to get it, or
Probably not.
it'll be
Absolutely not.
priced out. So, and I have to say this because Devin put it down. The Packers proposed to ban the tush push because they have no dogs on the D line. Well, the Saints have no dogs on their whole team, so that's the news.
Crazy.
Anybody else? Kept it short and sweet, so you can talk about
That's it.
Yeah.
Just the only thing I got was the Hasbro laying off 90% of the Sigil virtual tabletop creators, which is fucking stupid. I was playing around with Sigil last night because it's a really cool concept. So, say we're playing my campaign, and everybody downloads the Sigil shit on their computer. Okay.
Was that the one we were gonna use?
Yes. Everybody downloads it on their computer. I can send you a link that will bring you directly into my game, and then you can add custom minis that you created, and then move them around and shit like that. And it shows like how far something would how far it would be to move from point A to point B. It shows like all the D&D monsters in it. Like, it was a really cool idea, and the building on it was really easy, unlike Tailspire, that is not really easy. But apparently that's dead in the water. So
Hasbro's a really good company, though. I can't believe they would do that.
yeah, Hasbro's great. I know it's Cody's favorite.
Yeah, buddy.
No, that's the Wizards of the Coast.
Owned by the same people.
Same thing.
Cody loves Hasbro. Devin loves EA. Snow loves WWE. Speaking of WWE, here's some news. They announced last night that there's going to be a roast of WWE happening after WrestleMania.
Oh, really? Who's doing the roast?
Just the guy that called Puerto Rico an island of floating garbage.
Oh,
Yeah. Tony Hinchcliffe, little fucking loser. I'll beat the shit out of Tony Hinchcliffe. Fucking
is he part of that comedy thing?
yes.
Yeah.
He's Kill Tony.
I don't
He
like
is
him.
Tony.
Definitely don't like
Yeah.
him.
It's also not going to be televised. So,
Oh darn!
I
Why?
think
Why wouldn't?
WWE
Why wouldn't they?
no idea, man. No idea.
How do people that work for WWE like from Puerto Rico actually think about that?
Right, like, what do you think Damian Priest feels about this?
I think
Or
I
Zelina Vega?
I think Bad Bunny put out a statement about it. Maybe
Bad Bunny was very against Tony Hinchcliffe. Did he put out a statement about WWE?
I don't know, but I know he put
Oh.
out against Tony.
Yeah. Like, fucking losers. I can't fucking... I can't comprehend the idea, like, in Triple H's mind where he's like, that's a good idea. That's what we should do.
Can't believe he's calling
That's
Trump's
the guy.
America a floating pile of garbage.
Literally. He's a fucking loser. I would beat the shit out of him.
It's coming on at 1:00 in the morning for us too. So like,
Yeah, I won't watch it.
well, you can't. So, is that it? Is that all the news?
That's all I got, yeah.
Cody?
Believe. I don't think I have anything.
All right. Well, let's go hit the gym.
Boom, boom. All right, I got a couple quick fire ones, and I'm gonna talk about the one that we all want to talk about.
All of us,
Avowed,
everyone.
finished that. Finished Avowed, great game. Still my number one game of the year so far. Couple things about it that I don't love, but you know, it is what it is. I wish one of the things I wish there were more options when with dialogue, more dialogue options. Like I wish that specifically after the climax of Shatterscarp, when you have to make the choice between Ringrims and Ludwin's, like you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
And no matter what choice you make, one of your people at camp come back mad at you. And I wish that there was a fuck you button. Like, hey, I'm fucking trying here, man. I don't like it either. You want to make the decisions, you know what I mean? But other than that, like the dialogue's normally pretty good. Another thing that I saw that I was like, NPCs do not move throughout the entire game. And I don't like that. Like, if you go back to Paradise, remember those twins that you talk to after you save them? Those twins are still sitting right there. Like, all
What's
the way
they gonna
up
do?
until- yeah.
They're still
Last time
grieving.
they almost died.
Yeah. But other than that, really good game. I give it like an 8 out of 10.
There's one like very small thing. I think like whenever you go into like a chest or somebody's backpack or something, you can't like eat the food out of it.
Oh, really?
It has to be like
Oh
out,
yeah, you had to put it in your inventory and then eat it.
Oh.
it has to be like outside of the chest or whatever to be able to
Yeah.
actually eat it from whatever. That's just a small thing, but
Yeah. I'm gonna play through it again. I want to do a mage playthrough, a mage buster, as they say, where I have a fucking pistol in one hand, grimoire in the other, and I'm just busting. But yeah, really, I think it has a lot of replayability because there's so many options that you can make, and so many different things you can do. And yeah, I really like it. 8 out of 10. Pillars of Eternity. In the same universe as Avowed, I was like, I'm gonna play that. I need to know more about this lore. I need it. Then I started playing it. So this game came out forever ago. Don't know the year, didn't look it up, don't care. Old as dirt. And you can tell. One of the things that popped me though was like you can go get spring berries still from the bushes. And like all the little environmental stuff is like that you can pick up is still there. So I think that's pretty cool. I think I would have kept playing it if there were cutscenes in the game, but there aren't. Every time there's a cutscene that happens, it cuts to a like background with a wall of text that it reads to you and like tells you what's happening, which, you know, small thing to like be like, okay, that's but it turned me off enough, especially when I'm playing other games, that I'm not like not itching to get back to it. You know what I mean? And the combat is like real-time strategy.
It looks like a Diablo.
No.
To me, it did.
So I see why you'd think that until you play it. It's completely different. So you can control your whole party, or you can move one person at a time, which I don't understand why anybody would do that. But you like control your whole party, you get into an encounter, and then you click on what you want to kill, and that's it. You can like click on them and do like abilities and stuff like that too, but you don't like try to hit or anything like that. Like it's just you're just watching the fight basically. Which could be a cool thing, but it doesn't look good enough for me to care about it. Like, and it's just because it's dated. Like, if I played this when it first came out, I think I'd love it.
It came out a week from today, actually, 10 years ago.
There you go. Very, very deep character creator. As far as like background stories and stuff like that. Not the best character creator though, like as far as changing the way things look, but again, product of its time. Probably not going to go back and play it, especially not anytime soon. Started playing Fable, got through the tutorial of that. That's fun. Gonna definitely get back to that. And then WWE 2k25 is what I've been playing the most. So I made my character that Caleb said was too skinny. And then done some of the My Rise. And that's all I've done so far, but I'm really liking the My Rise so far. It's exactly what I've been wanting out of a WWE game for like the story mode. Because normally it's just like, here's your story mode, and then a bunch of like just reading the story. But this has like cutscenes and shit like that, and it's pretty cool, and the story is pretty fun. It's a pretty fun story. I don't want to spoil it for Devin because I know he goes back and watches the podcast, so
Almost got to.
give it a shot. Give her a play.
So
Give
like
her a play.
this is my first My Rise in like years. Did they have like the like choose your own adventure thing in the other ones?
They did, but it was different because like it didn't really matter what you picked.
It was more like, hey, this is a good choice, this is a bad choice kind of thing, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. There are some cameos from former people in the games. Chase, for example, was in the older ones. I'm currently the NXT Unity champion along with my tag team partner. Forget what I named her because it doesn't matter. She's my ex-girlfriend.
Saying women don't matter.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. Finished the payback pay-per-view, and I thought Punk was gonna turn on me.
You thought?
I thought he was gonna turn on me. He didn't. Good guy, Punk.
He's a good brother.
What are you thinking of WWE 2k25 so far, Snow? I know it's the first one you played in a couple years.
Since the Rey Mysterio one.
Okay.
I played all of the showcase about the Bloodline Dynasty. That was super fun, except for having to use Tamina in the Money in the Bank. Paul Heyman narrating the whole thing, being your host throughout the whole thing was phenomenal. Definitely like added it to a higher level. It made me kind of have more respect for that whole bloodline, the Mayavillas and all them. Super great. Then I played My Rise.
Only one showcase?
What?
Is there only one showcase?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I created my Rise character. Been playing that. Very deep in it. I think I'm almost done. Probably with it. Getting close to. Super good story. And I feel like the WWE games though, the voiceovers
Ass, bro.
like
So bad.
they lack emotion. Like they're just reading off the paper.
Yeah, they're straight up just reading the script.
Like you guys do promos like literally for a living, and you can't like throw some emotion into it or something.
Give me a little bit.
I mean, there's one person who actually I felt had some emotion to it, and that was like LA Knight.
Okay.
but that's my only gripe. But
Seth's promo or voice acting in it is so bad. Punk's ain't much better. Becky is terrible. Yeah, they're all bad.
The way the game looks though, surprisingly it's really good. It looks
Gorgeous
really good.
game. Yeah.
Like the cutscenes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, I'm 8.5 for me so far.
Yeah, I'll give it 8.5. Yeah. Have you tried the island yet?
I will eventually.
Yeah, I didn't. Can you bring your character from My Rise to the island?
It's a good question.
Do you know?
That's a good
If
question.
not, I don't feel like making a whole nother character.
It's a good
I
question.
would imagine it would be the same way that like NBA is.
You would imagine, but it's not. I tried to go to it and it said create a character.
Huh.
We'll see. I'll try to fuck around with it because I know you can also import characters from the last game to this game. So.
All right, Cody. I know you've been playing games. Play games all the time.
I do.
You are now, aren't you?
So I started up a game that just came to Game Pass in an early preview called 33 Immortals.
Never heard of it.
Yep, nope, you sure haven't. So the premise of the game is basically once you die in real life, you get sent to this purgatory type thing, but the immortal souls in purgatory have had enough and are trying to rise to beat hell and escape. So you are part of this rebellion now. So where the 33 part comes in is every time that you load into the first map, it's you and 32 other players all playing at the same time, trying to complete these missions. It's I was trying to figure out how to describe it. It's Vampire Survivors-esque, but maybe more like Gauntlet gameplay. So like with like Hades or most dungeon crawlers, you get like 4 different weapon types to start off with, and each of them have their own specials, have their own like special things that they do. Some's crowd control, some's like mainly for defense, some's for like the bow. You get 6 arrows that you can shoot out at a time, and then they just stay there, but then you can retract them, and it also does damage on your way back. Or their mage does like slowing bombs that, slow the monsters as they go out and do all that. So it's pretty cool. The unique thing about it is each character also has a co-op power that when you activate it, either 1 or 2 other players near you have to also step in the portal to activate it, but it'll be like, I think the sword gives everybody a shield of 25. The staff does a big slow fog cloud in a straight line. The bow does like just shots straight up for a couple seconds. The dagger does, it's you and 1 other person, and you both get like a speed and damage bonus, but you also, every time you attack, you get bones, which bones is the currency while you're in the run to do things like heal everybody around you, get a key. What else can you do? Oh, you can also buy a teleport thing. That way, if you get separated from the other players, you can just teleport to that group and stay with them, because the game is significantly harder when you're trying to do it on your own. Like, it is meant for grouping up and killing a bunch of people, it's fun. It's very cool gameplay. It's very, like, unique in that way. But, man, this game just, the more I play it, the deeper it gets. So, there's daily quests. There's quests for each weapon type in each area. There's 3 separate modes. It's Inferno, Purgatoria, and then a 3rd one that's still in development. But once you're playing for so long and you unlock so many of the tombs and beat them, which the tombs, they're the Vampire Survivor type thing. Once you go for a while, you get these tombs that unlocked. Well, 6 players can go into that tomb, and it's a smaller room that is a little bit harder, and you have elite bosses, but you get relics that like help you power up. They can be like deal more damage, or your co-op ability does like generates faster or whatever. You can do all this different shit with it, but 6 people at a time can do those. And once you do so many of those, then there is an ascension battle that you stand in the circle, and you and how many ever players are still there do this ascension battle, and then whoever's left in that does the actual boss battle, which is Lucifer. And then that battle is fucking nuts. It has like 10 health bars, but each time that you knock down one of the health bars, the whole server gets like a certain prize. One of them is a key for Purgatoria that you can try and play. Others are like cosmetic tokens or relics that you can unlock, all that kind of stuff. Bunch of different types of currencies. You don't have to buy anything. They do have a shop, but it's just for cosmetics. You can get familiars. You can get like different colored capes. You can get each of your weapons can be a different color that you can find. So there's a lot of like it feels cool in a way of like the old games of like you just unlock cool things by playing. Like there is no, all right, well, buy this battle pass and maybe you can get the katana of a Raphael. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care. But so it's really cool. I like the aspect a lot of like not really needing players, but like trying to group together, because it gives that kind of like World of Warcraft MMO feeling where you're all just jumping into a raid and fucking off with each other.
So did you say that this was up to 33 players?
Yes. Yeah, so that's where the 33 comes from. It's you and 32 players. But you can have a party of I don't know how many, but you can join a party, and so like all of us could join in, and we would be a party within that 33, and we would get special buffs, and like there's a shrine that you can just resurrect your entire party as long as you're in a party. And there's special like storyline quests for that too. So this game's great. I love it. I hope I can get some of y'all to start playing it, because I think it would be way more fun with a bunch of people. But even still, I'm probably going to be playing it on my own. I knew nothing about it until yesterday, and this is the most excited I've been in a game in a while. Because there's a lot of stuff that they're still going to be adding. You can already tell because like their central hub where they have the weapons, there's like 4 other pedestals for weapons. One of them is just a wagon wheel. No idea what that is, so I highly doubt you're going to be running into the wagon wheel, but
I'm downloading it, Cody.
Well, Cody,
thank you.
I hate to tell you this, kind of like the way it looks.
Well, it is a very cool art style.
I do enjoy the art style to it.
I don't know how to describe it either, because it's kind of Hades, but like I don't know. It's just it's a very unique art style too. I want everybody to jump in.
Is it on Game Pass? Looks like
it is on Game Pass. Yeah, that's how I found out about it.
Okay.
I don't know why there's so many games with 33 in it lately, but whatever.
Wait for Claire Obscura 33.
Yep, that's it.
Expedition 48 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man. Anybody who has Game Pass, I would definitely give this a shot. I really think that this might be one of the more slept on indie games for right now.
Okay. Give it a 10 out of 10.
I think so. I think right now 10 out of 10, because there's like it's challenging, but not in the way that makes me not want to play. And there's still like so much to do that like, okay, I kind of want to die right now so I can go back and like unlock a couple more things and upgrade my relics and do this stuff. The 3 main like traits for the game is your attack, your vitality, and then empathy. Your empathy is what powers up your co-op attacks. and you can do more on that. And there's like relics that are like, when you attack, deal half of your empathy as damage. So like they really work off of each other, and I don't know, it's cool.
Hey, get your twist drops from 33 Immortal too.
Oh,
You wanna hear it? Let's hear it.
let's hear it.
From March 18th through April 15th. Okay. Watch any 33 Immortal stream, and you get some, looks like, cosmetic things,
Okay.
an emote. You watch 2 hours worth, so
Okay. Yeah, and you do get there are emotes too, which is fun. And with how like the Ascension works, if you've already done your Ascension battle and you've done the Ascension, if there are any players that are left that are still in the middle of doing their Ascension, the entire lobby watches that person. So you just get to watch. So far, every time that I've done it, it's been watching one person fight to survive against like 30 enemies at the same time that are meant to be taken down with 30 other players. So you just kind of sit there and they'll just do the little sad emote and just like, yeah, buddy, I'm sorry. But yeah, this game is great. I cannot wait to see what they do with it. I tried the second area for a little bit. I ain't ready for that yet. I gotta be way powered up for that. Which is fine. Like that's, I like the rise in difficulty. Yeah.
all right, Cody.
10 out of 10.
I'll put it on my list. The Declaration of Independence is now in the Oval Office. Cody, will you please tell us what the Shadow knows this week?
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows.
Yeah, so we got some more Daredevil. And, last week I said that it was, getting more intense and ramping up. And, boy, it just hasn't stopped. So, Jake, the reason of my random message of how much I love John Bernthal, he is back. The Punisher is here, and I don't know whose decision it was, but boy, am I happy, because one of the first things that gets talked about when Matt gets to see the Punisher again is him talking about how, so in the show, the cops are taking up the Punisher mantle. They're getting tattoos. They're putting it on their body armor. They're doing all this other shit. Maybe real life, maybe. Who knows? We're not here to talk about any of that shit. Dumb as it might be, that's not what we're here to talk about. First thing that the Punisher does is say, fuck those pussies. They don't represent anything that I am or do. So,
Sounds like a
I don't
Punisher.
condone it. But I don't know, man. Seeing him again on screen, he just does it so fucking well. Because, John Bernthal's great. Loved him as Shane. Loved him as Punisher the first time. Love him even more as the second time. Loved watching the stuff that he does with D&D.
Does he play now?
He's played a couple of times. Because,
I've always seen the thing with the one chick.
yeah, she plays a lot, and she got him into it.
Well, I just saw that one thing with him.
Yeah, I think he's done a couple of things of it now. I don't know if they're televised or anything, but he's done it. So I'm okay with it. It's cool. It's fun. Yeah. So this episode was about both Kingpin and Daredevil not wanting to give in to their dark urges and wanting to turn a new leaf and try a new life. But it's hilarious because within 5 minutes of meeting the Punisher, Matt punches the fuck out of him and then just goes, "Oh, you bitch, I hate you. I'm sorry. I apologize for hitting you. I hate that you did that to me. We're gonna move on." So it's cool. I mean, it's Punisher, so he's definitely trying to get Matt to be like, "Come on, Red. You just want to jump back into it, don't you? Come on." But, man, I hope the show never ends, man, because when shit like this is done well, it's just so fucking good. Like Daredevil the first time around was fantastic, and it is not disappointed this time at all. And I love that they're just slowly bringing in stuff like Miles Morales, and they've mentioned Madripoor a few times, and bringing in the mutants and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. They're doing it right. They're getting back, and I love it, and I hope it continues.
John Barenthal's only played D&D that one time, and D&D. He's never actually played it. I looked it up.
Oh, I thought he said that he did. I could have sworn I saw somewhere that they did. Oh well, whatever. Hey, either way.
Yeah, I just looked it up to see if any live actual plays, and there was nothing about him actually playing. You know what I mean? Just the
Okay, I could have sworn they said something about it. Well, my bad. Thanks, Jordi.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I love it. There was a little bit of a twist at the end on the Kingpin side, but I'm not gonna do any of those kind of spoilers because it is pretty big. But yeah, Kingpin is maybe not turned the new leaf like he says he has.
No
So-
way.
The villain being villainous? Crazy.
You're kidding me.
But it's kind of the same thing with that. Kingpin's the mayor now, and it's a lot of the whole city of New York is half and half on oh, we hate this guy, he's a corrupt businessman, or oh, I love him, he can do no wrong, and everything he does is amazing.
Wow.
Again,
Where have I heard that before?
yeah, But I don't know, man. I think the Marvel shows, hopefully, I'm not wrong about this, but it feels like they are leaning into where the comics originally were talking about real things that are happening and, going kind of in a roundabout way, going over people's real life experiences. Because the X-Men was very much hey, this is what minorities and gay people have to go through all the time.
What?
Just being hated for nothing. And then, with Rage Against the Machine, when they were just yeah, fuck the Republicans, and they're how dare you? Bitch, that's what it's always been about. I don't know. But it's same thing with the X-Men and most of Marvel comics. That's very much real stuff. So I'm happy to see that they're...
It seems like when Marvel and DC tell real stories, not real stories, but tell emotionally connecting stories is when they're at their best.
Absolutely.
Civil War was the best, in my opinion, the best solo, not so, you know what I mean? Non-Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of the fight scenes or anything like that, or the big climactic war scene at the end. It was because of Tony and Steve.
Yeah.
It was because of that, the
dynamic. It was two people that were fighting for the good side, and one of them goes, "Wait, though, that's my friend," and being well, okay, well, that doesn't matter. Your friend did some awful shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but he's still my friend, so I'm gonna protect him. All right, then we're fighting.
I don't know,
And
that
it's less
fight
about
was
it's-
kind of good.
It was. The fight was amazing.
And it was less about it's because it's my it's less about good versus evil, because it wasn't Tony was fine with Bucky.
Yeah.
It was
Until
once Tony found out that Bucky killed his parents.
Yeah.
That's when Tony decided, okay, I can't work with this guy.
Yeah, we're done now.
But fine. That's a fine line to have. You don't want to work with the dude that killed your parents.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not so simple as good versus evil, because stories aren't black and white most of the time.
No. And that's where that's why I've liked the WandaVision stuff and Infinity War and stuff like that, because it is dealing with the especially WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. It was very much, I'm going through some shit and I'm kind of having a shit time right now. So if we could hold off the world ending stuff for a minute, that would be fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When they tell real emotional stories is when they're at their best.
Yep.
That's why
So-
Dark Knight's so fucking loved, I think, because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
as
because
the Joker.
Joker was just being the Joker. Like, he wasn't. There was no superpower. There was no nothing like crazy. It was just, hey, you all have a lot of money. I'm going to steal it and burn it.
Speaking of the Joker, another fucking like critically acclaimed movie because of like Arthur Fleck is just a guy like
Yeah.
that just is going. God damn, thundering hard as fuck outside. But he's just a guy going through it. Like,
Yeah. But then you have like the Jared Leto Joker, and it's trash because he's just a dude playing a character. Like,
Jared Leto's just a trash actor. I've never seen him good in anything.
there's a hot take. Not really. I don't think that's a hot take
Is
at
that a
all.
hot take?
Go back to your sex island and be weird, you weirdo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just him being weird to be weird. There was no reason for it. There was no like, oh, this makes sense story wise. It was just, I think he should be weird, so we're just gonna do that.
To be fair, he didn't really have much of a story in the Suicide Squad, anyways.
Yeah,
They didn't give him much to work with.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like he could have done something better than what he did.
I feel, didn't we only get like 5 minutes of screen time for him?
It's probably a reason for that.
I mean, sure, but we can't judge it based off that because we didn't see like.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess that's why I've kind of like fallen out of DC for a minute, because they're just kind of making movies to make movies and keep up with Marvel. They're not like, I don't know. Like, the new Superman looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I don't care about the flying. Whatever. The Guardians movies were good because they had a lot of emotion and like real feelings to it.
Yeah, I love the Guardian movies.
So, I don't know.
We shall see.
You know, speaking of something else I love, I finished Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Brother.
This is a 10 out of 10 show for me.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
so I know nobody here is going to watch it. Are we saying that Norman Osborn created Spider-Man?
In this universe, it sure seems like it. I love, so like that whole thing was just kind of like, all right, well, so what are we like? Are we time traveling? And he created his own Spider-Verse? Like, what the fuck is happening with that? But it sure seems like it. Yeah. That fight was cool. I was pretty happy about that.
The whole, every fight scene that the show had was great. The way they moved the cameras and did all that.
Yeah.
So,
especially like when he was fighting the, I don't think they had names. The couple that got Otto's tech, like they had the boots and the whatever,
super speed, whatever that was, or
like it was cool because you saw in real time like the different angles of him going like, okay, if I come at it from this side, nope, that's not gonna work, and then him talking with Norman, and it's like, okay, man, how did you feel in that Scorpion fight when he was calling out to Norman and being like, hey, I need help, something's going on here, hello.
I was like, great, Green Goblin's about to show up,
right? Yeah, which technically the glider made an appearance. But the way that it's going, I think we see a Hobgoblin before we see a Green Goblin. I think Harry jumps into it before Norman does. But who knows? Maybe we'll actually see an Iron Patriot too.
I don't know.
Because
I'm just hoping for another round.
I am too. This year they have been killing it on all Marvel fronts so far. So I'm ready. Like, Brave New World was fantastic. All the shows have been great. We'll see how Fantastic Four is. I think that's the next one coming up. No, Thunderbolts first.
Yeah.
So, and that's soon, right?
May?
Okay. I was thinking...
Ish? Allegedly? Maybe. Yeah. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Great. I don't like the art to it, but you know that didn't impede me from enjoying the whole episodes and the whole series. So,
like I said, I liked that it felt like they were just taking a page from a comic book, but you know, It definitely had its more like I don't want to say too kiddish, but like I don't know, weird moments.
Yeah. I also watched a little bit more of a show called One Piece.
Just a little.
People's bodies are not in their original body, due to
Oh, yeah.
Trafalgar Law.
Yeah.
We found out what's going on in Punk Hazard with Caesar Clown. I think that's his name.
Yep.
The two big, huge assassins were taken down, and Trafalgar Law and Luffy are now partners in crime, pretty much. Gonna go take out one of the emperors. Don't know who the emperor is, because they secretly did not play the audio to that. So we'll see who that is.
Which I love that because it was more just Luffy going, "We're friends now," and Law being like, "Fuck, all right."
I just love his face every time something
Dude.
happens, like
He
when
gets so pissed at Luffy.
Chopper's like strapped to his head,
Yeah,
and all that. Yeah, we'll see what happens in Punk Hazard. So
we love memories around here.
I haven't. Speaking of Matt Mercer, I haven't watched anything new. Catching up on Critical Role Campaign 3. I'm pretty close to the end.
Still haven't watched.
I'm almost to the end of episode 98. So that means Downfall's next. Very excited for that. And then probably gonna start campaign 2 at some point soon. And then if you haven't seen it yet, Wicked will be out on Peacock on the 21st. So
as you were listening to this, watching this, it should be out.
yeah,
Right?
you can go ahead and watch yourself some Wicked, which great movie.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's got to be on Peacock.
Unfortunately,
but not unfortunately though. Let's talk some wrestling. John Cena finally showed up on TV after what he did at Elimination Chamber in Belgium, not even in the United States. Like, what a coward.
what
So
we deserve, man.
he comes out. They just boo him like nonstop for like 37 minutes.
Hell yeah.
It was
John
great.
Cena sucks. Let's go, Cena. You sold out, you know. He's trying to talk. They keep chanting. He's trying to leave. They stop. He comes back. They keep chanting. So, ruckus crowd. He basically says, you know, he's been the victim this whole time. They've been abusive and hurtful to him. He's been a puppet. But he's been doing it with a smile on his face, you know, just to get by. All we do is just take from him, you know. We never ask how he's doing. It's just never enough for us. So yeah, it looks like we've lost Cena.
Hell yeah.
I thought it was a fantastic promo.
Of course.
Cena's great. I'm so excited to see this heel Cena, and I love that we're not getting anything new, and I love his reasoning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Of you don't deserve anything new from me because I don't dress like you. You dress like me. That's my voice on my song. You don't get to change that. And it was great. It was great, and I love that he called out that kid. And the kid's just standing there looking like he's about to cry.
Like he's 50 Cent.
Yeah, like what's it fuck me for? No, it was great. Loved it.
Cody Rhodes says, you know, that's really your reasoning? Pathetic.
Cody Rhodes is a fucking loser.
Did you hear that pop for him though?
Yeah.
That stone cold pop? Come on.
No, stop. No Stone Cold pop.
Called him whiny, you know, like says, he hopes he doesn't see this version of John Cena at the WrestleMania, because it'll be an easy time for Cody Rhodes. Like,
What do you think?
but The Rock is always in that corner too.
Rock is always in that corner.
So we'll see. Are they going to be on SmackDown or Raw? I think Raw.
I think Raw next, yeah.
They'll be back on Raw. We'll get more from that. That'll be a good time.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you still watching AEW?
I don't watch AEW. What are you talking about?
So you didn't see the fucking spiked back it put into John Moxley's back, and it literally having get pulled from his body, and it
No.
was like stuck in his body.
Is he okay?
That's Moxley, so probably.
Is this it? Did he get suplexed onto it?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I just saw the aftermath.
That was gross. We had a no holds barred match between Ludwig Kaiser and Penta. This was a really good match. Penta did beat Kaiser, and now he says he's moving on for the Intercontinental title, whether it be Braun Breaker or Finn Balor, who will be facing later that night. Dom says, he's got a good recruit for the Judgment Day, and it's Penta. Finn kind of upset because he's trying to recruit somebody who's trying to go after his Intercontinental title, but he hasn't won it yet. So he walks out. Ivy Nile took on Dakota Kai. We had a contract signing between Io Sky and Bianca Belair for their match at WrestleMania. They both signed the contract, Nothing really out of the ordinary, until Rhea Ripley comes out and demands that she be in the match too, I assume. Immediately, they start brawling. Rhea stacks him on a table, signs her name on the contract. Don't know if that's legally a binding, but binding. We'll find out.
We'll find out soon.
Here we go. Here's a discussion for you. Jey Uso took on Austin Theory in a 2-second match. Apparently this is supposed to go on for at least 10 minutes, but thanks to John Cena going over his time, they had to cut it short.
Yeah, John Cena's a goat. He can do whatever he wants.
I'm not mad about it. Jay hit the cross body, as Michael Cole would say, for the 1, 2, 3. And after, or during, I forget when, Jey Uso hit the over the top rope, plancha dive.
Yeah.
Didn't make it too far.
Nope. He top dollied.
And now everybody is going after him. Even more so, than he has been getting it. I don't understand why.
I don't get it. People loved him before the Rumble. Like, wrestling fans are fickle.
Like, did they want John Cena to win? He's already in a title match.
Right. Like,
do they want CM Punk to win? Does he really need to be? Sure.
No.
But, like...
Sure.
Sure. Like, who else? Jey Uso's fine. He's over with the crowd.
Dude, super over. And it's about making money for the WWE, and he's a big money maker. Like...
What's going to happen when he actually beats Gunther? Are they going to...
I know.
Are they going to turn on him right afterwards?
They already did. You can't turn on somebody more than they've already been turned on.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's weird. Seth Rollins came out, started addressing the crowd. Says he'll be at SmackDown, where Roman and CM Punk will be. Just to have a little chat, just to have a little meeting, whatever they're gonna do. Probably set up their main event match, I would assume, or WrestleMania match, I would assume. And then we have the Intercontinental title, Finn Balor against Braun Breaker. Dom kind of cost Finn the match. Braun picked up the win. So yeah, still the champion. Penta comes out, stands off with Braun, and that's the end of Raw. NXT. Ricky Saints got his first singles win, so that's good for him.
Who do you wrestle?
I couldn't tell you.
Fair enough.
Trick Williams and Obafemi had a match without ropes. Is that an underground match?
I guess.
NXT underground match. Yep. Sol Roca and Chelsea Green went at it for the women's United States title. Chelsea retained, and the big faction,
Dark State
came out at the end. Ricky Saints beat Ridge Holland.
Rumor on the streets is that Trick Williams is the leader of Dark State.
I heard that. That'd be pretty interesting.
It would be.
Kind of like
Also, Javon was in there for some reason.
all three of them. So
Yeah.
might set up Stand and Deliver.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a good three-way.
Lots of three-ways apparently going to happen.
I'm a big threesome fan.
Hey, that three-way from last year's NXT Stand and Deliver.
What was it? What was that three-way? Remind me.
Obafemi,
Yeah.
Josh Briggs, and somebody else.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting close to WrestleMania.
We are. Things are picking up, heating up.
They are heating up.
Is John Moxley okay?
Wrestle
No.
the match.
I saw that spot where he had that thing stuck in his back. Yeah,
Yeah, look gross.
would never do that.
No, sir. No.
Josh
No.
Josh Briggs, Dijak, and Obafemi was that match. So
I do remember that match, and I do remember really liking it.
yeah. So that's all for wrestling. Go see me and Devin this weekend.
I got a little bit for wrestling. Bloodsport has announced their first two announcements.
I had that on my notes.
Gabe Kidd and WWE's own Pete Dunne. I want Gabe Kidd versus Pete Dunne in a Bloodsport match. That's the match I want. That would fuck. Not gonna happen, but that would fuck.
Josh Barnett.
What about him?
He's gonna take on one of those two.
Probably. But Josh Barnett's like 70 years old, so like you can't blame me for wanting to see Gabe Kidd versus Pete Dunne. I think that would be really good.
Maybe I'll watch it. I mean,
I probably will.
the Bloodsport, from what I've heard from you guys talking, hasn't been too great.
The first one was awesome. So good. Ever since then, I had like a good time.
Well, yeah, me and Devin will be at Midwest Championship Wrestling this weekend. Running it back like we usually do.
I will be at work.
Like you usually are.
Like I usually am.
So, you know what? Let's take it home. Go follow us on Twitter at TOPTERTA, where we post the updates to this podcast. We post links to where you can go watch the podcast, because we are on YouTube, youtube.com/@TOPTERTA. go subscribe there, please. We're getting some good, views. So we appreciate that. If you're a degenerate,
Always.
go follow us, like us, whatever, on Facebook. Spotify is under maintenance. And you know what? I'm at the Beast now on TikTok and Twitter.
No Jordi, so skip to me. We got Gingerbeardman22 at the Blue Sky.
Follow me on Twitter at _ I'm just Jake, and on Blue Sky at I'm just Jake. And here's a fun fact about Lord of the Rings for you.
Oh shit!
The entire trilogy was filmed together. So one after another after another.
Oh, that makes sense because of the places that they had to go to were probably expensive as fuck.
To ensure continuity and to save on overall cost, all 3 Lord of the Rings films were filmed as part of the same production. The 3 films were therefore filmed over a 14-month period, which is actually pretty, it doesn't seem like that long for those. How big those movies are.
Yeah, 3.5 hour long movies.
Yeah, and much of 4-hour movies if you watch the fucking extended edition.
Yeah.
Much of the Two Towers, like the Edoras scenes, was shot in New Zealand National Park. Because of this, Peter Jackson had to get special permission from the Conservation Society of New England.
Okay. Hell yeah.
New England?
New Zealand, sorry.
Same thing. That's a good fact.
It is a good fact.
I almost thought Devin was giving that to us, how good it was.
I know. Maybe a little better.
Up to 60 subscribers? That's crazy.
Maybe a little better is what you said, Cody. He's not even here to defend himself.
Who said that?
That's
Who
crazy.
said that? I didn't say that.
Hail Satan.
I heard it. Heard it with my own 2 earballs.
Hail Satan. So from all of us at TOPTERTA, we wish Devin
where are you?
We wish Devin, a very, noble, rich, happy vacation that he's taken.
Yeah.
And we
safe
hope,
trip back from Donald Gems.
And we hope Jordi, makes it back to us next week. Yeah. Bid you guys a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Goodbye.
Bang.
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 Devin.
Where is he?